Come on in. Whoops.
All day I rush around.
Get on in here.
But I'm still on the ground. On the ground.
Oh, it's a hot cup. Come on in.
I'll soon be fluttering if I can find my wings. Find my wings.
Come on in, folks.
Impatiently,
The teas.
I want to fly today.
I'm bossy.
But I hear a gentle voice
There's plenty
inside
of
me
room.
say that slow
We're going at this slow and steady.
steps will be
It's time
my
to
pace.
relax. Take a load
Slow
off.
and steady
Listen to some fun music.
steps will win this
And
race.
enjoy a cup of tea with
It
me.
will take some time, but the victory will be mine. Slow and steady, I'm gonna learn to fly. I'm starting to believe I only race with me.
Just me.
Only me. I can't give to someone else this journey for myself. It's for myself. Since my best is all I have, it is enough. I can see a ray of hope. I've got to trust that slow and steady steps will be my pace. Slow and steady steps will win this race.
Okay, that's enough. This is the Energizer Bunny. When we go full out, hog wild, pedal to the metal as fast as we can, we crash and burn. I want to stop the crash and burn. I've been working on this next week's morning musings, and the theme to this next week is making the most of our food dollar. It's pretty much the basics of saving money, feeding your family. Somebody's asking me what my faith sign is right beside me. It's Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's my favorite verse in the Bible. Probably because it's 11:1. 111. And that's my birthday. But back to what I was talking about for this next week. I'm giving you a little sneak peek. My granny taught me that any time you throw food in the trash can from a dirty refrigerator, you're wasting dollars. You're wasting dollars. And one of the things I've learned, what can I do today to make tomorrow a little easier? So, can I get something out of the freezer to thaw up in my refrigerator so that tomorrow I'll have something to cook? Now, tomorrow's Monday. What do we do on Monday? You can do Meatless Monday, or you can do a Mexican Monday. Just whatever your little heart desires. But think about it right now. And if you know you have food in your freezer that needs to be thawed up, putting it in your refrigerator is going to thaw it up. And it'll be ready to go without having to thaw it up in the microwave or leave it out in a sink full of water to thaw things up. Do it now. Do it now. So while you're listening to me, go run to the freezer and get out something to put in your refrigerator for tomorrow. Put it on your calendar. If you haven't done menu planning, start menu planning. This is going to save you more money than you could ever think about. It's going to save you enough money to make a car payment if you get good at it. And you plan your menus and you plan for your leftovers. Okay, let's take for instance, I had a couple of leftover baked potatoes the other day. They were big potatoes. When I cooked two extra. Why? Well, I wanted to make a pot of potato soup. So I had some leftover mashed potatoes. I had a leftover couple of baked potatoes that I could chop up into little pieces. And I took a potato and grated it. So I've got 3 different textures of potatoes in my potato soup. I put some chicken broth in it. I cut up an onion real fine, sauteed it around, threw it in there, and I got this wonderful pot of soup that cost me practically nothing. I can make some cornbread pancakes out and have this wonderful soup with some fried cornbread. Or I can make a pan of cornbread. Either way, you've got this wonderful soup, hearty, filling. Doesn't actually go with a low carb diet, but if I don't eat much of it and I take care of myself and I don't eat it often, then you see what I've got done. My granny always kept a milk carton. When we got milk in cartons, she would keep a milk carton in her freezer, and she would call little smidgen. If she had little smidgen of butter beans left over, she'd throw them in the milk carton. If she had a little smidgen of, say, a piece of sausage left from breakfast, she would throw that in the milk carton. Yeah, she put all these little smidgens of things, and when she got a full milk carton, she made a pot of soup. Maybe she had a few carrots and some potatoes left over from a beef roast that she had cooked, and she had some roast beef left over. So she would cut it up into little pieces. She'd get it all done, throw it in this milk carton, and when the milk carton was full, she'd add a can of her tomatoes, chopped up tomatoes. She would chop them up and put them in there. If she had some gravy, she'd throw that in there. She'd make the best pot of soup you have ever tasted, and it was all from leftovers because she planned it. She didn't throw it in the trash. She didn't throw it out to the puppy dogs. She put it in a carton. So I have this ice cream Tupperware container that I keep in my freezer that I put stuff in. Yeah. And it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So plan for your leftovers. If you know you're going to have a pork chop left over, make some open-faced Cuban sandwiches with a leftover pork chop. Turn it into barbecue. Leanne likes to call this rubber chicken. So you roast a chicken and you have smidgen jar. Granny smidgen jar. She called it rubber chicken. And you take a roasted chicken and you have a wonderful roasted chicken dinner with corn and mashed potatoes. All your family's favorites. Then, somebody calls it garbage soup. I love that too. And then the next day, you make chicken fajitas out of it. Or chicken enchiladas with a mole sauce poured over the top. And then the next day, you've pulled all the chicken off the bone. Throw the chicken in a pot. Make a big pot of chicken soup. You can put some carrots and some peas and some noodles in there. You got homemade chicken noodle soup. How do you make a haphazard peach cobbler? I don't know, but the way I make a peach cobbler is real easy. Some people some people, Ethan does this. He learned this in Scouts. You take a big can of peaches and you pour cake mix in it, a dried cake mix. Juice and all, peaches and a dried cake mix, and you got cobbler in a Dutch oven. So folks, utilizing your leftovers, planning for those leftovers is going to save you a lot of money. You could probably save enough money to make a car payment if you had to. Oh, drink some tea, folks. It's going to be a wonderful week. We're going to cook. We're going to plan our meals. We're going to go to the grocery store and get what we need. And we're going to enjoy this 4th week of January. Yeah, we're going to enjoy it. We're going to make the most of it. My phone keeps yelling at me for not backing it up. It's not a phone. It's just my extra phone. So everybody, plan your menus. If you haven't planned them yet, do it now. Clean out your refrigerator. Go to the grocery store. Get some food in the house so you can cook. Buy a little extra so you can start building your pantry. Just get it done. You're going to feel better when you have a storm come in or the electricity goes out because high wind in your area. Little things can happen like that. Our power has been out more for flooding than anything. Just made a tuna loaf. I don't know what that is. But I like tuna. So let's look at how we can save money. Save money by planning your menus and using Leanne's technique of rubber chicken, or I used to do rubber pot roast. So you got a nice big pot roast, a beef pot roast, and you cook it and you make a great gravy because pot roast is only as good as the gravy. And I like better than bouillon for making my gravy. And then you take that pot roast and you turn it into, one dinner is a pot roast. The next dinner, you take some of that pot roast and you slice it up. You put it on a nice piece of a bun or a roll and pour the gravy over it. You got an open face roast beef sandwich. Serve it with some mashed potatoes. You think you've gone to heaven. Then you take the leftover carrots and potatoes and chop them up and chop up the roast. And you got beef stew. Nothing better than a beef stew on a cold winter day. Oh, and Joanne's reminded me of surprise chicken. Clean out your refrigerator and pour all the little condiments, ketchup, salad dressing, little bits of jam and jellies. Put them in your crock pot. Throw in some chicken thighs or chicken legs or chicken something. And then cook up a pot of rice and you got surprise chicken and you got a gravy that's made out of the stuff you cleaned out of your refrigerator, the condiment jars that are taking up all the shelves. I made some of the best stuff I've ever cooked one time. And I had just about this much jerk sauce in a container. And it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. Always keep a package of chicken thighs ready to go for surprise chicken. So you can turn nothing into a meal if you'll just follow some of our healthy suggestions. It's amazing what you can do and how much money you can actually save. So everybody, drink up. Have a good rest of the day. Yesterday, I made Robert, we had these great sausages. And Patty has a bunch of these sausages because I buy them for Phil for Christmas. He loves these sausages. And so we had hot dogs, but I made Carolina chili for hot dogs. It has no beans in it. No beans. And all it is hamburger and onion with some mustard and ketchup and tomato sauce all right there. And I cooked it all day long on top of the stove, not in the crock pot, but on the stove. And Robert said it just brought back memories. And I made homemade slaw because he got me a head of cabbage. I don't ever go without having a head of cabbage in my refrigerator. Because you can make slaw, you can make stir-fried, you can do a lot of things in the wintertime with a head of cabbage. Anyway, folks, y'all be good, kind, and sweet. I will see you tomorrow. It's Weekly Home Blessing. We do it fast and fun, the FlyLady way, when you join us live at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I was thinking about chicken pot pie earlier today. I might do that tomorrow. Make a big skillet full of chicken pot pie. Yummy. I always keep frozen mixed vegetables in my freezer just for that. And I make a chicken gravy and I put the little pieces of chicken in it and put it in a crust and put it in my cover my iron skillet with crust. Ooh. That sounds really good right now. Chicken pot pie soup. Never done that. I want sushi, Sharon. I love sushi. I haven't had sushi in a long time. I only like the cooked stuff unless it's smoked salmon. I like smoked salmon. I shall see you later. Be strong. If your power goes out for any reason, you got a plan. Having a plan keeps you calm. You got that? Having a plan keeps you calm. Leanne's website is savingdinner.com. Saving Dinner, Facebook too. Anyway, I love you all. I will see you later.